Well, hello. It's December 24th of 2025. It's around 1 a.m. I have an alpaca Christmas ornament that is hanging from my sweater. A little pom-pom that will get hidden as soon as I sit straight up, but it's there. It's your green, fir tree green pom-pom and hat. And I'm going to read a story about Christmas time that I wrote at the end of November. It's an essay, and actually it probably needs a little background, but I'm not clearing up the obscurities. Someday I'll revise this thing. Anyway, Weeping Automaton, when orangeness was tragic. I'm thinking of a late middle-aged couple who lived across the street from my father's mother. It was a neighborhood of post-World War I houses neither small nor large, nor uniform, but still of a certain look betokening the work of one builder. No front lawns to speak of, rather roomy backyards, rust-red brickwork astride cement steps, roofs overhanging blue-gray, olive-green, or dried-leaf brown fronts. My brothers and I would have been a little fatigued from a drive, perhaps in my Aunt Sally's car, around the neighborhood after a Thanksgiving dinner, our annual survey of the red, blue, and green Christmas lights bordering every house in Arlington. Kearney was called Arlington then. Washington Avenue, where my father grew up, indeed, he was born in the house there, a house his father had commissioned and paid for, was a steep incline. The road was one of those roads made of stone which seemed to scream 1924. Darkness would fall and we'd pile into the car, and Sally would back down the driveway. Nana, Edna, and Aunt Kate, each of them born in 1891, would point with white-gloved fingers at the reindeer on someone's roof. Just look at that. Santa's not in his sleigh yet. Oh, his boots are sticking out of the chimney. Isn't that precious? Now look at that nativity at Seal Newman's. She is so sincere. Thick plastic elves in porch windows would be making toys. Angelic choirs would stand by a candy cane lamp with a painted flame. Each choir boy and girl would hold a songbook. A nearby snowman would pretend not to hear. And we would stop at the house across the street from Nana's. A man with gold-rimmed glasses and freckles as numerous as the stars would be inside, his wife opening the door to the scene he attended. A table with an entire village on it, a running train which went choo-choo, and behind that, on a set of shelves, hollow plastic figures which lit up. The man had a shock of red hair. His wife's hair was white as Mrs. Claus's surely is. He'd take down a figure leaning on a lamp. It had a frothy mug in its free hand. He has something to say, the man would say. A clicking sound would come out as he set him by the train tracks. Sweet-addle, hick, hick, sweet-adeline, hick, hick, hick. It was an unshaven man in a patchy coat and a top hat. The nose lit up. The red-haired man would turn, pull a blue-coated figure from the shelf and set it down next to the man holding the lamp. It had a billy club in its hand. The clicking sound would come on. "Stop right there, you rascal," it said. Somewhere there is a picture of us at the house across the street from my grandmother's. It shows my brothers in their St. Hilda's uniforms, sitting on a bench with my mother, and me being held, in my suit and leather shoes with drooping socks, by my father. It's clear I'm crying. Every time we went to see the automated toys at that house, I'd wind up crying. The man with the red hair would shed a tear too. He'd say, "These toys are happy." He seems to have invested in a manufacturer of luminescent wind-ups. Maybe that manufacturer was the descendant of the developer of Washington Avenue and environs. The W.C. Fields toy's nose was lit red, but otherwise his face was orange. So was the face of the Mae West toy. Like the drunk, May had a lamp post. She stood under it with a hand on her hip and said, after a click, Come up and see me sometime. The policeman's baton moved right and left. A clown, prone under a lamppost, had X's over his eyelids and a hip flask in his hand. His arm kept bringing it toward his big orange mouth. Its hair was flaming orange. I loved going there, to the Childless Couples Museum of Alcoholic Toys. Happy and sad and orange it was.